Hey, what's going on? Mike Marin here, and I am here with Matt Rebong. How's it going, Matt?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm very good, very good. So, yeah, just wanted to bring on Matt today. Matt's been inside of the 6 week workshop. He's been working with me in that, and also the what we call the Apex group after that. So he's had some great success. So I really just wanted to bring him on, share his story, have him drop some nuggets, some wisdom, some takeaways. That way, that you guys watching this can get a lot of value out of this and apply this to your own business. So I guess I'll start with tell me who you are, where you're from, and kind of how you came in contact with what we're calling now the 6 week program and Mike Marin.
Cool. Yeah. So originally I'm from California. I've lived there my whole life. And let's see, I joined JK around 2019. Unfortunately, I was still working for the man and making just under six figures. So I was thinking I was doing pretty well. And in my head, I hated it there. And so that's why I joined JK in the first place. But, I just was just so comfortable. I never took action and I kind of kicked myself for that. So that's mistake number one, honestly.
So what were you doing as a 9 to 5 job?
I was a project manager for a Fortune 500 company.
Okay. So very corporate.
Yeah, it's pretty corporate. Yeah. Yeah. So from there, it was COVID hit and I started dating this girl and we were just looking for that change of life, change of pace. So last August, I moved out to Denver. That's where, I'm calling you from today.
Okay.
And, once I got to Denver, I was like, okay, now's the time, I'm quitting my job and I'm going to make JK work. So let's do it. And well, I spent a few months messing around, but then I got serious about JK.
Yep.
And then, I spent a few months, really trying to get involved with the group, really, doing my 10 lead gens, doing my 100 due diligences, things like that. But it was just kind of taking that time, and I was just watching my savings, starting to dwindle. And I saw Force 42. Surprisingly, I hadn't actually seen it in the group before. So, when I saw your case study, that's when I decided to sign up, and here we are today.
Beautiful, beautiful. So what was the obstacle that would have prevented you from buying? Were you on the fence, or so you came in contact through the 3-part case study, or did you just see one of the posts in the group?
No, I saw the 3-part case study.
Okay. So you watched that.
Yeah. So I watched that. Honestly, once I saw the video sales letter, that kind of sold me. Because mostly I had this feeling like I had to get something to work,
Yep.
I was trying everything in JK, and it's not that, I'm still generating leads for those lead gens that I built. Renting them's another story, but that kind of stuff takes time, and, seeing your case study, seeing how quickly you can turn results. That's kind of what I was willing to try it right off the bat, kind of after watching an hour or so of videos. But
perfect. So cool. So that's kind of where you were before. Were you making any money online? Had you made any money online previous to joining?
No, I hadn't.
So you were at $0.
Yeah.
But you had 10 sites up. So you're taking action. You had 10 sites up. You had properties that were they generating leads yet, or were you just kind of
yeah, they were just starting to generate leads. They were just starting to generate leads right when I signed up for Force 42.
Okay. So, perfect. And so that's where you were when you signed up. So let's fast forward now just to 6 weeks, because we're still working together now. But fast forward to 6 weeks, what were the results that happened within those that 6 week boot camp? What were the insights? What were the ahas that you kind of share with people watching this?
Yeah, let me think. Probably the biggest result, from the 6 weeks was my change of mindset. How I can look at this business, not necessarily the old, I don't know. I guess the Force 42 method kind of started changing my mind about what I can do and how far we can scale this. So that was kind of number one.
Okay.
And I think also just like, talking about belief and talking about, seeing like, other people's success in the group. Obviously, I was in the same class as Dustin. Everyone knows Dustin.
Yeah.
So, that kind of started, changing my mind and getting me really pumped to, start focusing on the business more. And I think that was kind of the game changer overall. And then, over result, like in that 6 weeks, I booked my first client. Yeah.
So that's your first money ever online.
Yeah, I was.
Okay. And how much was that deal for?
$1,300 a month.
Okay, that's huge, man. so I remember that coming through. I saw you like you were watching everyone else, and I remember you like kind of getting be like, damn, everyone else is crushing it now, because Dustin went from like 2K to he did 28,000, and you were like, I got to get these emails out. And that's one of the things that I always hammer home. It's like you got to make contact with the market, and then you have to ask people for money. Like so many people spend so many years online without making contact with the market, and then without asking people for money. So then I remember you sending out emails and posting to the group saying like, I booked my first appointment. And then you're like, I booked my second appointment. And then obviously you came through and closed the deal, which is huge. So, well done taking action.
Thanks. Yeah. The week before I posted my first appointment, I don't know if you remember, but I PM'd you and I was like, Mike, can you help me out? Because like, I'm starting to feel like, I'm seeing everyone else like succeed and Dustin's going skyrocketing. And I'm like, looking for that win. And then literally like 5 days later, that's when I made the appointment. That's when I landed the client. So
beautiful.
Yeah.
And then what other, like, what new skills, what new capabilities did you get out of those 6 weeks? Like what would you say were, so mindset was a big change as far as, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I think you came in with a very low goal, and then you saw what was possible with the model, that you could take this to, 100K a month. Was that the change you were talking about, or?
Yeah. I mean, I think, when I first talked to you about joining Force 42, I was just thinking in my head, 10K a month, like everyone in JK thinks like 10K a month, that's their goal. And, the first thing you tell people is like, oh, that's a low goal. Like, aim higher. And I was, at first I was like, okay, like Mike says so, like I'll aim higher. And now I'm starting to actually see that belief. Like I'm starting to see like, oh, like, you really can, make that much, like $20,000-$30,000 a month.
Yep.
And so like, I think that belief is like really the turning point.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Beautiful. And then, no worries. And then you just, this current week, tell me, because you posted in the group again some more wins. Walk kind of the listeners through your last 2 deals, or I think one came through, you said, and then another one is a maybe. That's on the fence, right?
Yeah, it's like 90% there. Like I swear this guy, like he keeps emailing me like every other day, like, oh, like, I want to proceed with this, like, I just like have this question, I answer it, and then I don't hear from him for 2 days, and then he's like, okay, like let's proceed, and then like, pretty much like he just has to sign pretty much. But I'm pretty sure he's going to come in. But regardless, like, that's part of the mindset too, is like it doesn't even matter if he comes in. Like, I'm going to find more appointments, going to get more appointments.
Correct.
So but yeah, I landed a $3,700 a month client with a $500 sign up fee, which is
you didn't tell me that.
I didn't.
So it was 3,700 and then another 500 on top of that.
Yeah.
So you collected how much off that first phone call?
4,200.
So you rang his card for 4,200.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked about
Not gonna lie, for like, I think you're about 9 weeks into, maybe a little bit more, 10 weeks into working with me, from never making any money online to a $4,200, and that's $3,700 a month.
Yeah.
So, that's a yearly client value. I'm not going to do it off the top of my head, but 10 times, I'll do it easy. 10 times 37 is 37,000, right? Yeah. So yeah, walk us through kind of how you landed that deal.
Yeah. anyone signing up, you should know like this program's pretty much cold to sold and face 60-minute social ads like on crack. So, from there it was like, as we kept working together and I started slowing down a little bit. So when I kind of like built back that fire, like I started to like micromanage, like, okay, how many emails am I sending a day? Like how many appointments am I booking off those emails? Like every morning I was like starting to log like, okay, this is how many emails I sent. This is how many appointments I got off of that. And like, this is, if I want to make this goal, like this is how much I have to do. So like kind of getting back to that 10-minute plan, like that was kind of the initial to, starting to get that appointment system going again and like starting to talk to, more people. Cause like, I was, taking in all this like sales knowledge and like tool knowledge, but like honestly, like prospecting's number one, like sales number one. Yeah. So, I mean, from there, it was just like a matter of talking to more people. Like, I guess like that's it, it's like, 10% close rate, like talk to 10 people, like, sometimes you have to talk to 20 people. I was just talking to someone else in the group about this actually. Sometimes you talk to 20 people and you close 19, 20, but that's still a 10% close rate. Yeah. So that kind of mindset shift too is like that kind of helped me like, book this last one and like, book more in the future. So
perfect. Yeah. And part of it is like, one of the things that I like to do in the program is really be realistic with everyone. And it's like, there is a skill development. Like the reason why this stuff works is because we're learning real skills. We're learning copywriting. We're learning sales, right? And if like you've done terrific because in 9 weeks, like I've seen your focus, I remember when we did the sales training, which is a great takeaway, even for the current students, I want them to watch this. Like I remember you got the flashcards for all the objection handling, and you sent that out. And I remember like, I did the same stuff when I was learning. Like I had no cards in there of my sales training that I took, and I would drill, right? Like off of the calls. I used to copy out sales letters by hand, like winning sales letters, which, if you, the Gary Halbert letter, my first business ever, I went to, it's called the Gary Halbert letter. And there's an article he writes, 30 days to become a world-class copywriter. And if you read all those books and if you copy out the letters by hand, he's like, you'll be a world-class copywriter. And I was like, oh, I could do that in 30 days. But like, it's a testament to you though, Matt, because you put the work in, right? Like seeing you get in there, you were working, you were taking action. So, well done. And now that you have the capability, really, you landed 137, a $2,000 deal, $3,700 deal. Now it's just repeating that process over and over again. Because if you can do it once, you can do it again and again and again. And the only difference between being at $3,700 a month and $37,000 a month is just putting more people through the process. And every time you do it, you get better. Right. You learn more about the market so you can get a better marketing message. You learn more about the selling process so that your conversion rate goes up. You get better at handling the objections. You get more confident in your abilities once you start to deliver for the clients, and that feeds back in. You get testimonials and everything starts to become easier. So I just want to add that so that everyone watching this gets value out of this. But I guess my last question to you, Matt, I know your time is valuable, is for everyone on the fence about working with Mike Marin and the crew, kind of what would you tell them?
Just go for it. I mean, like, I would say like, the skills that you learn in the class, like, I don't know, priceless for me. Like, honestly, like the one thing about, being in JK and like, seeing, the whole group, the whole 7,000 plus whatever we're at when people watch this video, like that kind of idea of like starting your own business and making money online. Like I wasn't like mentally there, but then like taking Force 42, like that accelerator, like it made me believe, like it made me like see like this works. And like that's priceless to me. Like actual like hope that like you can like work from your laptop, like, I don't know, like, so if you're on the fence, like do it and like go full in, yeah. I mean, with Mike, like, I tried to take like everything to a T. Like I got my notebook right here, like screen's blurred, but like I bought all the books that Mike's suggesting.
Love it.
I have like, Post-its all over my wall. Like I have like, you know, those are like all quotes of like things that say like, you know, the persuasion equation, like, you know, what makes success versus failure, like how to position for higher fees, like go all in and like you'll see the result.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Well done, Matt. I'm impressed with the learning and the action taken on your part. So I guess with that said, is there anything that you'd like to add? Any tidbits of nuggets for anyone out there watching it?
No, just go for it. Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Well, hey guys, it's Matt. Thanks so much for jumping on. I'm going to stop this recording. There may or may not be on in this video. It might be on a post. If so, there might be a link below. You might leave a comment to get into another class, but watch this, take action, and I'll catch you guys later.